You know what? There's a lot of times where you will feel overwhelmed big time. That's why in this video, I'm going to help you out. So stick tuned, stay tuned, whatever kind of way you want to tune in. And we're going to talk about getting all that crap out of your head and putting it into a process of getting shit done. So this week I kind of had a little bit of I don't want to say a dark tangent, but I talked a lot about some harsh realities. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit and talk about some of the positive stuff that you guys can do to better your life and better yourselves. So why not with learning how to organize all the crazy shit in life? Now, what happens is we get so busy with work, or if you're in school, or if you got kids, and this combination of all these crazy things that we have to jam into a 7-day week and hopefully have one day off. And it can be paralyzing. It could really kind of be so overwhelming that you are kind of like a tiny little boat with a tiny sail and some just giant gale winds blowing you all over the place in this vast ocean, and you're just holding on to the mast, just hoping you don't teeter-totter, get too much water in the boat, and sink. So when we have all this stress and all this shit going on and we can't think straight, you have to do this, and it's getting your bearings. So getting your bearings. So basically, it's kind of referral. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I do sales outside of this. So referral came out. Reference. It's a reference to navigation, right? When you get lost in the woods or when you're navigating, you have to know your bearings. And if you lose those bearings, well, you can get lost very easily. And that's kind of what happens in life. If you lose those bearings, you're kind of blindly navigating, taking whatever tasks are thrown at you, trying to just get things done as they're coming at you. And that's not a very productive way to go about things. So, I learned this actually from an uncle of mine. He is a Army veteran. He was in the Ranger School. Pretty cool guy. After the military, he started his own survival school. So this term, I learned from him. So thank you. But basically, he told a few stories about getting lost in the woods or people hiking and they get lost. And what happens is when you get lost, anxiety comes in, right? You start to panic. You're like, oh shit, I'm fucking lost. This is not good, right? And the simplest thing you have to do, step one, stop. Stop where you are, assess where you are, and breathe. Now, in a survival situation, chill yourself out. Drink a little water, eat a little food, and just stop where you are and get your bearings. So how does that transfer over to your day-to-day life? Well, when you got your crazy-ass schedule and all these things going on in your mind, you can't organize them all up here. So you have to stop. You have to take a moment and first off, breathe, because it's not going to kill you. So often our crazy schedules get so stressful that we induce these reactions where we think we're actually going to die. We add stress to our nervous system and it reacts to that stress. It doesn't know any better. So by breathing, you chill yourself out. So that's step one. Stop, breathe, and take some time to get everything out of your head onto paper. That's what I like to call step number 2 in this process. The GSD process. Get shit done. Step number 2. Write it down. Get a piece of paper, get a chalkboard, get a whiteboard. If you're on a subway and you got your iPhone, I don't care. Open up the notes section. Every single thing that is going through your mind, put it down, write it down, type it. Brain dump everything out. And then, once you get everything out of your head that you can think of, it helps kind of, allows you to breathe a little bit. Kind of takes some weight off your shoulders, right? So just recap. Step 1, stop, breathe. Step 2, brain dump. Now, step 3 will be to prioritize those tasks by what is more important, what needs to be done. That all depends on you, right? Your schedule, your life, what are your priorities? And then schedule those things and block them out. What's the most important thing if I got to do today, right? Say you got to go to a work meeting. That's a high priority, right? That goes on top of your list for that day. And then you can take each category, each thing, and segment it and compartmentalize all these things that were in your mind into a schedule. So, step 3, look at the priorities and act accordingly. Try to take care of what's most important. And then the next step after that is whatever, take care of and put the tasks into your day that you can. Don't overwhelm yourself and try to jam everything into one day. It ain't going to work that way. It ain't going to work out well. Schedule those things as best you can, whatever you need to within that day. Then the step after that is to schedule the other tasks accordingly. Now, I like to use a little cheat code. I use Motion. I think that the website's like motion.io or AI. Basically, it's like a AI scheduling software. And this isn't any kind of like promo or anything like that. This is simply a tool I use every day to help me kind of schedule and organize my whole week so I get shit done, GSD. So if you use a software that will schedule things for you, it's super easy. But if you're not into that, I get it. I totally feel you. The other option would be to get a planner, be old school, or use a planner on your phone. Take the different tasks that you couldn't finish in that day and schedule them throughout your week around other stuff that might take up chunks of your schedule. So if work is 9 to 5 for you, okay, block out 9 to 5. And then you got your morning shift, so the time before work, your evening hours, whatever names you want to give those time periods, have those blocks and put those tasks within those blocks. So you work, you get the other stuff done, and you're slowly progressing. And the biggest key here is when you have all these tasks in your mind, remember, there's like that cliche quote, you don't eat an elephant all at once. You eat an elephant one bite at a time. Everybody on the internet likes saying that quote now, but it's pretty true. Baby steps and eating the tasks, right? Eating the elephant one step at a time will help you progress towards whatever goal or just organize your life better. If you try to knock everything out, well, you're going to burn yourself out. And that ain't good. It ain't good for you. It ain't good for relationships. And it's not good for your health in the long term. So follow those steps. And eventually, you go down in the description below. Go to wordsofmichael.co on the blog section of the page. By this time, that section will be up. So just click on the link. And I'll have a breakdown of each step. So if you can't refer to this video all the time, you can simply just go to the website, look at the list, and take action. But remember, when life gets crazy and you got so many things in your mind and you don't know where to start, where to go, what you should work on, I don't know if I should focus on this, but then I feel lazy if I don't do that, it's not good. It's not good to have all these things rummaging through your head, right? Remember, find your bearings. You're lost in your head. So find where you are and then navigate back to the path and take action and complete those little steps. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification because YouTube likes to make things difficult, and follow. Go to wordsmichael.co if you have any inquiries about coaching or just want to check out other stuff I got on there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Appreciate you. See you next time.